Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinaheals.com, and this video is about the astrological sun, really going in depth about what we understand, what I understand, what I have explored as the meaning of the sun in astrology. Okay, so you have to understand that the sun is the sense of self. It is the sense of I am, self identity. Now, the sun is exalted in Aries when it comes out in spring and everything is born anew. The sun is in fall, in detriment in Aquarius, because Aquarius is the polarity of Leo. Leo rules, the ruler of Leo is the sun. So its polarity, you remember, always a planet in the sign it rules, and its polarity, it is in detriment. So the sun is in detriment in Aquarius. Aquarius is very peculiar because no other planet is really exalted or in detriment here except the sun, or in fall. So, and the sun is in fall in Libra because it's exalted in Aries. The polarity of Aries is Libra. The sun, when it passes over in the cardinal point through Libra, the sun is in fall in the northern hemisphere, or the nights become longer. Okay, so the sun, you understand, is a sense of radiance, self-radiance. Okay, and it rules the heart and the solar plexus in the human body. The heart and the solar plexus that support the structure of the heart. Okay, so it's very centered to the core of who we are. It gets to the core of who we are. Okay, it is the nucleus of a cell that vivifies and supports life of that particular cell. Remember this, I told you that it is the sense of I am, the sun. But there is a complexity and multiplicity of meaning of this I am. If you take a deep breath and if you sit down and if you contemplate, I am, who am I? Okay, I am ... or who am I? So there is a multiplicity of meaning at play. Yes, I'm a mother, I'm a writer, I make videos, but who am I? Who is the person questioning who am I? Is it the mother? Is it the sister? Is it the co-worker? Who is this I am? So you understand there is a multiplicity of meaning, multiple layers like an onion, and you can just peel and peel away at it and come to the core to understand your astrological sun. Of course, since it is the sense of I am, the ego has to do with identity, self-identity. So the ego is a big part of the sun. The ego and all its vanities, the ego and all its, frivolities, all the frivolous aspects, all the egotistic displays, all form a part of the astrological sun. Okay, the false sense of self. Now this is a perception that has been handed out to us by society, by our ancestors, by the schools we go to, the education we receive. So this has been drilled into us, this ego that we have. Okay, this false sense of I am, that is also a part of the astrological sun as much as the core meaning of it. Okay, now all the patterns from ancestry, your ancestors, epigenetics say that the ancestral gene goes to 14 connects 14 generations. So you see how the sun actually talks about the patterns you have inherited from this 14 generations. Deep and profound. Yes, very deep. It speaks of authority. Okay, the authority you have, or the authority you bow down to. Both of this. It speaks of society and mass media. So all that we learn and what we try to do will be, how we try to be will be through the filter of our sun sign. That's why it became so popular. Okay. The sun, of course, on a spiritual level is the inner radiance, the place of warmth within, light, joy, the sense of purpose. Okay, don't forget that. Uh, the understanding of self-actualization is akin to the psychological process of individuation by Kant. So by Young, sorry. So if you understand the process of individuation, you're close to cracking the astrological mystery of the sun, because it is very, very similar. Okay, when you become an individual, I am me, I am Tina, I'm not this camera, I'm not you. Okay, I look a certain way, I act a certain way, I expect certain things. This is me, this is my astrological sun, my 0 degree sun in Leo in my 12th house. This is who I am, you know. So uh, remember that Carl Jung himself was a sun in Leo. So who better to explicate the process of individuation or self-actualization, as Sri Aurobindo called it. So the psyche, okay, according to Carl Jung, is a self-regulating mechanism or self-regulating body, the psyche. Okay, and in this system, this self-regulating system is like the physical body. Okay, it is, the body is a self-regulating system. You're not thinking of every breath you take, you're not thinking of elimination, and you think it and you eliminate it. These are processes that happen to us from an unconscious. We are like automaton here. Okay, we know we have to take this breath, and we have to walk, so the brain tells our muscles to walk. Okay, so this is the psyche is like that. Okay, it's self-regulating. And remember that the process of individuation, it actually seeks to maintain a balance between opposing forces or polarities, and to come to a balance. And the soul is constantly striving for growth, okay, in a person. That is how we reach the state of individuation, okay, and aspiration and growth. The psyche is full of complexes. Okay, it is divided into a part which has, think of your psyche as sort of a mind palace, all the complexes that you have. Okay, and Freud and all, they had the penis complex, the Oedipus complex, and very many complexes. All the complexes in one place, all the archetypal contents in one place, all the archetypes that we've been handed down, because we're human. Don't forget, archetypes do not adhere to any particular race or to any particular class. They are universal. That's why they're archetypes. Death, birth, childhood, celebration, sex. These are archetypes, you know. So and all these archetypal contents are personified in a metaphorical sense, okay, and functioning rather like secondary selves, and that contributes to the whole. So the brain has these archetypal concepts, it has all these complexes that we have developed going through life, and these bifurcate into secondary selves, okay, and sometimes we have to, of course, they become the shadow. They and all of these metaphoric archetypal energies, they become secondary selves that add to the whole, the original. Okay, so this is how we understand the psyche, this is how it operates. And individuation essentially is philosophical, mystical, and the spiritual areas of human beings. Okay, that is the process of individuation clears the spiritual, the metaphysical, okay, the mystical, the philosophical, and the spiritual. It must blend into your core. That is the process of individuation according to Jung. Now, individuation is defined as the achievement of self-actualization through the process of integrating the conscious and the unconscious. So the conscious mind and all the stuff it throws at us, Plutonic stuff, and how we interpret it, okay, and how all of them, the archetypes that we have within us, start functioning, and they break off into secondary selves. And imagine this is probably where we have schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, multiple personalities, okay, stuff like that, when it is not integrating. And when you integrate these archetypes in your unconscious to the conscious realm, then you achieve this process of individuation, which is like understanding the soul lesson of your sun sign. Now, think of a healthy sun. The healthy sun sustains life like our sun. But think of a red giant. It will eat up planets in its that are orbiting around it. Or think of a white dwarf. It's so cold it can't sustain life. So there always has to be a balance, and our sun is a life-giving sun. So the archetype, the astrological archetype, always has to be with giving life to whatever house it falls into. For me, it's the 12th house, so it gives life, but it's always working behind the scenes. 12th house suns. So the ancients believed that there were three suns. The physical sun that energizes the life potential within the earth and the atoms. The spiritual sun, which is life itself, okay, and the divine will of the absolute. That is a spiritual. And the soul sun is the source of all consciousness, or what we know as the heart of the sun. Okay. Now, if you look at the deeper meanings, sorry for that, deeper meaning of the sun in your chart, you must see that it signifies why we incarnate. Okay, why we incarnate. It is so important. It speaks of our temperament, okay, all the characteristics that we have, why we express certain things this in certain ways, our creative potential. The sun also symbolizes our creative potential, our talents that we carry from previous incarnations. It's very connected, the sun, to ancestors, the father, previous incarnations. And it is the force field through which the personality is expressed. The astrological sun as well, a force field through which the personality is expressed, right? And individuation is ultimately the realization of self, and understanding a sun sign is the realization of self. All right, so I hope you like that video as much as I like making it for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think. Thank you.